Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Dan Potts with me, a man that's criticised Mikel Arteta in the past, but also has given him his credit. I think today, he's got to give the manager credit today. What a performance.
Unbelievable, mate. Isn't this a beautiful game sometimes?
Oh.
Mate, I must admit, I give the manager a lot of credit today, because I think that the substitutes worked. Yeah. And do you know what was really good about Mikel Arteta today? Not just the passion on the side and how great it was when we'd won. It was the attacking substitutions. That for the first time, I think he must have realised, I can't keep this like for like. Because when I see Pepe come on and Martinelli come off, I thought, it's great I've seen Pepe, but it's this like for like. What are we going to do now? Then the Cedric comes off and Eddie comes on. And I'm thinking everyone's hating Eddie coming on. But you know what? It's an attacking option. We haven't got many options on the bench, Cecil. So I looked at that and I thought, okay, good. This is different. Yeah. I need to say, I hate seeing the same thing all the time and it doesn't work. This was like, let's see what happens here now. Pepe, I mean, so much criticism goes his way. I understand he's frustrating. I understand at times he looks lazy, he looks clumsy, and sometimes his first touch is off. All of that today goes out the window for me. I thought he was sensational when he came on. I thought he completely changed the game. And I'm a massive Martinelli fan, but it wasn't quite working with Saka and Martinelli. I think the way Wolves set up, when they'd got that early goal, which we clearly gifted them, they were making it very, very difficult for Saka and Martinelli. Very, very clever the way they organised under Bruno Lage, and I've got to give him credit tonight because they worried us, let's be honest, right? But when Pepe came on, it was a completely different opportunity for them because they thought, this guy's difficult, this guy's silky, he's a threat every time he's on the ball, and a goal and an assist, Cecil. You've got to big up Pepe tonight. Big up Pepe.
You do, Dan, but what's changed with Pepe? That's the one thing I want to ask. I know the African Cup of Nations gave him a lot of confidence. What do you think's changed in what we haven't seen? Is Arteta sat down with him? Because he has come back a completely different player. The way his decision making, his choices on how to take on players, the goals.
Sometimes you need a manager or some players or somebody around you to put their arm around you and say, listen, you're still part of my future. And if the manager's done that from what we hear and the comments that are coming out, then fair play to the manager if that's what he's done, because we need Nicolas Pepe. Whether you like him or not, he's one of the only threatening options from the bench. So we got to use this guy. And he left it a little late, I ain't going to lie, Mikel Arteta, but we did see it come on and we did see it work. So I've got to big up the manager today. I've got to big up Nicolas Pepe. And do you know what? I've got to big up the mentality of this side. Right. Because you talk about Pepe there and say what's changed. I think the mentality's changed to Pepe, but certainly I think the mentality's changed of this side right now, because whether you like Arteta, hate Arteta, these players are playing for him, and I can't deny that, right? At times it does. I'm not convinced. At times I'm a little bit final third. What is he going to do here? We need to see it improving. But when you get a result like today, I don't care about the lack of consistency and the lack of goals. When you see stuff like this, because that is what the team can do. So although I want to see consistency, I want to see final third improvements, when you see what they can do, it fills you with joy and confidence, because I got trampled all over where I was sitting, right? I'm on block 5 and I ended up right at the front of the thing because everyone's jumping on each other. It was fantastic to see, Cecil. Absolutely amazing, mate.
Okay, let me just quickly speak on Lacazette for you, because we didn't go for an in January. I think a lot of people were saying, can we get the goals we need with just having Lacazette already, Ketia? A word on him, he played the full 90 today, he led the boys very well, and he does offer a lot to this Arsenal side. Is it imperative we keep him and he keeps up, being able to integrate the other players through his, holding up the ball and bringing other young players with him?
At the moment, he's our guy. Yeah, whether we keep him in the future or not, I don't really care at the moment. I know that we got him to the end of this season, and at the moment, he's the only number 9 that we've actually got that can do that hold-up play, link-up play, right? So his attributes are vital for the likes of Saka, Smith Rowe, Ødegaard and Martinelli. I don't want to see Lacazette staying because I'd like to see an upgrade. But if we talk about right now, we can't talk about upgrades. We can't get anybody else in. We've got to use him. What he did today in link-up play, what he did today in his hard work, what he did today in his leadership, the way that he holds that ball up, I don't think can ever be questioned. I don't think you can look at Lacazette and say he looks lazy, doesn't try, doesn't care. I think that is just not right, in my opinion. Do I want him here for the future? Absolutely not. But actually what he's done today, and he's got the goal, which I think has now gone down as an own goal. But do you know what? He was till the end 100% commitment and effort, and I can't slate the guy when you see that. When we used to have Iwobi and Welbeck, I never used to sit there and say, do you know what, I slate them players because they weren't never good enough for Arsenal. But do you know what, they give 110%, and that is why I could never sit there and go, do you know what, I can't hate on you because you're trying and you're giving your all. And that's what I see with Lacazette. And although he's an upgrade on the Welbecks and the Wobbies of this world, what I see is we can do better than him, but right at this time we do need to see a little bit more. But today I feel like if he can continue performances like that, we will be in and around that top 4 till the end, and it's going to be a tight one, man. It really is.
It is. Let me end on the mentality. I love that what you spoke about, the boys' mentality and how you think it's changed. Is the mentality better in this Arsenal side enough to take us to that full spot position? Do you think it can be consistent? We have a young side. Can they maintain that mentality to get us to that full spot?
It's a really hard one to answer, Cecil, because I'd love to say yes, they can when I see performances like this. And of course, the Wolves away performance, let's not forget, that was a mentality game as well. My worry is that we have a Burnley and Everton bloody result in us in the next 6 or 7 games, and that will be the biggest test for me now. There's always that kind of what can we go and do next? How can we get there? But I think we need to appreciate this is a young side, and this is a little bit why I questioned, like, you know, with the whole process thing, with everybody's young, everybody's inexperienced, because you will get bumps in the road. But when you see what the players can do, this is the big game for me tonight, not just because it was massive going into what happened last night, it was massive anyway. Yeah. Last night just made it even bigger. So to turn that round and to come from behind, which, let's be honest, under Nicolas Pepe, we haven't seen a lot.
It felt like this game would have been the bump in the road of all games.
Do you know what? At 60 minutes, I thought this is going to be the one. Yeah. This is going to be the one. We've given away a stupid goal. We've played into Wolves' hands. They're a well-organised side, and now we're not going to be able to pick up 3 points when we need it. And boy, was I wrong. They managed to turn that around, those guys. And big up the players as well, man. I know we always talk about the manager, but let's actually look at these players right now and say that they, one, are playing for him, but two, they need the mentality. And that has been something that I looked at, the mentality of the Ozils and the Mustafis and the Kolasinacis of this world. And I'm glad that Arteta has done that to remove the culture, because there's certain positives he does deserve. There's a lot of negatives and there's still concerns for me, of course. But actually the positives, what does he deserve? He deserves credit for removing the culture. He deserves credit for the recruitment that him and Edu have done. Yep. So we've now got players in the tunnel that I look at and go, do you know what? Actually, I like you lot. I used to go, oh, Mustafi, oh, Bellerin, do you know what I mean? Oh, Kolasinac, Ozil. I used to think, oh, now I don't do that so much. So there's no excuses for me no more. We've got 1 game a week. We've got a good side, a good 11. Martin Odegaard deserves a lot of credit tonight as well. I thought he kept going. Class. You saw the front 4 keep going. Everybody, they just kept going. And, you know, when you look at that, it really makes you proud. Yes. And you sit there and you think, I've got some pride in this team again now. So, listen, I'm not 100% convinced, but keep going, man. Keep going. We're nearly there, man. Get me that top 4.
Thank you, Dad.